Peace to the planet. It's Adisa, the Bishop of Hip Hop, chilling. And today we have an amazing conversation with UnLearn the World. For those of you that don't know me, I am a hip hop author, journalist, and educator and curator. And so we're going to talk today about The God That Sins, the new album by UnLearn the World. So thank you for your time and thank you for sitting with me today.
Of course.
You know, you dropped a really powerful project at a powerful time.
Yeah.
And so, you know, I've known you for a while and I've appreciated your art for a while, but the journalist in me still has questions. You know what I'm saying? The journalist in me still has questions.
Rightfully so.
So, you know, I wanted to talk with you about, you know, how old were you when you first started rapping and what was it about hip hop that initially spoke to you?
Yeah, I mean, it was a lot. I tell people a lot, like, from the time I was born till I was about 13 years old, the woman who raised me was white and Jewish. This is important in my story because in that upbringing, I was around people. I was in predominantly white spaces. Mm-hmm. So as a young Afro-Latino kid, black passing, you become hyper aware of your surroundings and how you're perceived, and it causes you to very look inwardly. So as long as I can remember, I was very introspective in terms of like how I came across and who I was. Mm-hmm. And then by the time I'm 10 years old, I'm now having all these feelings, these emotions and things that are wrapped up in identity and everything else. And I'm watching the same music videos my older brother's watching, right? And we're like at the height of NWA, Public Enemy,
right, so it's like
X-Clan,
89 is
KRS,
the number, it's another summer.
BDP, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
That was, I think, my another older brother of mine, I think the first rap album I was exposed to was It Takes a Nation.
It Takes a Nation of Millions to Hold Us Back.
Public Enemy. So like that was the first rap tape that I actually like physically saw. Eric B. and Rakim Eric B. for President.
Yeah.
Eric B. and Rakim was one of the first rap songs I actually like listened to, and it struck a chord in me. So to watch these music videos at this time, it's kind of like speaking to my identity, and it's speaking to like I want to be able to exude the same level of confidence and articulation of words as the black people I see, and I think that would give me something extra in me, right? And this is 10 years old. I'm having this existential crisis almost at such an early age. But then you get Illmatic, 1994. The album changed my life, right?
Nas, man.
Nas is all of 18, 19 years old.
Crushing it though.
The World Is Yours is the song that strikes a chord in me, right? I remember very vividly my cousin was a DJ, pulls out the vinyl, puts it on. I think he played It Ain't Hard to Tell. And I was like, yo, this is dope because it was the Human Nature.
Yeah, that was hard.
And from there, he plays The World Is Yours. And I'm like, it's a milestone moment. It's almost like spiritual. Like I hear it
shifts
the keys. And I'm just like, and then what a beautiful foyer into creativity, right? Being invited, the world is yours. Like that's what I'm responding to in this. But it's that song and where he says, writing in my book of rhymes, all the words past the margin. It was like the
that
first
was
metaphor.
So hard. I just got goosebumps. Yeah, you can't tell because I'm just got goosebumps.
It was one of those things where it's like, not only is there an inviting message, but then there's this metaphor that I understand. I'm a school kid. Right. I know what it is to write in the margins. Right. This is public high school in the 90s. Like,
you had to.
So I understood what it was to move past the margins, and I was just like, yo, that's so cold. And literally the next day I get a rhyme book. I buy a rhyme book, and now all these thoughts in my head that I had been freestyling for years are now being written down. And I remember very vividly, before I even started writing raps, I wrote an intro. I wrote a foreword to myself in the rhyme book, right? Just saying like this kind of journey you're embarking on. And for the next 10, 15, maybe 20 years, my rhyme books all have forewords and conclusions.
That's crazy.
In my rhyme books. You know what I'm saying?
That's beautiful, right? Like these personal touches that being your own MC creates for you. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like that's what makes you an MC different from that person or that. You know what I mean? Just for like your own creative process, discovering it and using it to maintain. So does that mean that you started in the space of hip hop as a rapper, or did you also tag? Did you also dance?
I did, yeah, I did most of it. I did, you know what I'm saying? The younger I could recall myself, I loved dancing.
Yeah.
My dancing influence came from Michael Jackson.
Yeah, I mean, he was killing it.
I was going to talent shows, moonwalking, trying to convince my little brother to join me, and he flaked on me.
Wasn't having it.
You know what I mean? But no, I used to tag. I had my little black book. I was Style 1. That was my tag name.
Okay.
So I would do that on the train. I'd do it in my black book. I hung out with a bunch of hip hop heads in high school. So we was all in all the elements, right? I had my homeboy Chuck, who was this Chinese b-boy. I had my homeboy Nick, who beatboxed, who did graffiti. To this day, I still have, my first rap name was Unorthodox. And to this day, I still have it almost like ghetto laminated.
That's
I took
hard.
tape and wrapped it around the piece.
Just so you got it.
You know what I'm saying? And I was like, you know, so like I still have that. But these were the people I hung out with. It was all the elements of hip hop. My older brother, also named Chuck, was a break dancer. He used to go to clubs downtown and dance for forever. And I just was exposed to, I always tell people, like, it was outside of my window. I could see the culture. It wasn't just BET or VH1 or whatever. It was like, I'm seeing it in real life, and I'm going to jams, like high school. I'm going to public, you know, like.
What was the first rap show you went to? And what was the first, like, maybe concert you went to?
Oh,
you know what I mean? Like,
it had to have been a block party in Washington Heights. Like, that was the first like time where I saw people rap who weren't
doing
on TV.
it. Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that was like, I was just going to like neighborhood block parties or jams, and they're grabbing the microphone, they're kicking it. You know what I'm saying? And even in the 90s, we were still calling them jams.
For
like
sure.
They called them in the 70s.
For sure.
But I'm trying to remember the first rapper who I saw live.
Yeah.
It had to have been, it wasn't like I bought a ticket to like a big arena concert. It would have had to have been in high school, and it was like these open mics.
Yeah.
In the Village, Washington Square Park, where like everybody was freestyling and rapping. So MC's like Supernatural.
Yeah.
You just watch him like, what is going on? MC Battles, C. Ray Walls, going to New York Poets Cafe, right?
You're taking it back. I'm from Cali, and you're taking it back.
Cannibal Ox. You know what I mean? But the rap show that was like, yo, this is it, was Pumpkinhead, Brooklyn Act, and Jean Grey.
Wow.
And my homegirl, who goes by Sarah Connor, she used to go by Lyric back then.
I remember Sarah Connor. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They did a show at a spot called the Lions Den in New York, like around like the Village or whatever. That changed. Like, I was in 11th, 12th grade. And I was like, yo, like, these were people, they weren't well-known people, at least to me. They're not like world-renowned, but they were superstars.
And they were legends.
They were doing what I wanted to do in the spaces that I wanted to do at. Up to that point, I'm just battle rapping. I'm in ciphers. I'm going to borough, and I'm trying to like say, yo, who's the nicest out here? What up? Like, trying to look for the smoke, actively looking for the smoke. You know what I mean? So like for me, it was just local MCs. Yeah. And then on TV, you had the stars. Right. And it wasn't until like maybe towards the end of 12th grade in high school, late 90s, early 2000s, I started seeing the transition of people who I would see at the New Eurekan, people I would see in ciphers, and now they're on TV. Right. Now they're on 106 and Park battle rapping on Fridays.
Did that inspire you, or did that make you feel like they were leaving you? Like, there's two ways of interpreting that growth.
Yeah, it was inspiring me, but it made me want to be there. Right. I want to be there. I want to be, that's the part of the culture that I want to be in. So I just wanted to be like embraced by what I saw as the very underground part of hip hop.
Do you remember the first record that you bought with your own money? What was the first record?
Mad Lion.
Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, how do you know the yeah. It was that one. Gotta take it easy.
Come on.
It was that one. It was
burn the whole club down. You start that. When that was it.
Yeah, it was BDI. What's it? Buckshot.
Yeah.
I Got You Open, the remix.
Yeah.
That was another one. Like, and this is me just buying it, stealing it out of Coconut. Yeah. It was a record store called Coconuts. Okay. There was also Sam Goody.
Okay.
I couldn't steal anything out of Sam Goody, but I could steal it out of Coconuts.
Right.
So I would go after, like in 8th grade, I'm going after school. Looking through the things, finding a way to, you know what I mean?
And I'm out.
So, this is 93, 94. So mind you, like, look at the albums that are coming out. In 93, we had Wu-Tang. Yeah. Which I didn't even know who Wu-Tang was. Yeah. I had practiced martial arts when I was a kid. And when I looked at the album cover, I was like, yo, this is
enough.
You know what I'm saying? And then you hear the intro and like, yo, this is all the things that I love up to that point, like Bruce Lee, martial arts. Yeah. And it's tied in with rap shit. and consciousness and like all. I'm like,
5%?
yo, all of this shit. Like this is opening my brain up. Like so, it was the Mad Lions, it was the Buckshot, BDI, Wu-Tang, Nas, and then '94. I think I bought every rap album that was released. I think I went crazy.
That was a cold era.
It was an amazing era. You had Biggie.
Yeah.
You had Nas.
Yeah.
Who else dropped that year? Southern Player, Cadillac Funky Music by Outkast. These are the 3 albums that
Pac would have had one of them things out.
Yeah,
that first
you know what I'm saying? Tupac had albums out.
You know what I'm saying?
But by then Tupac is in movies.
Yeah.
And all of that. But
Juice is already dropping.
But all of these albums were the ones that I'm just like, yo, this is it for me. Like this is the culture that I want to be part of. This is the brand of creativity that I want to be part of. And you know, on one level or another, I had always been creative.
Right.
Drawing, writing stories, you know, trying to act or like just pretend. You know what I'm saying, with my friends and shit like that, but or doing like skits. But then the hip hop bug came full throttle, '94. After the Nas album and all of that, I considered myself a hip hop.
And all in.
Yo. Listen, life is filled with new beginnings. Talking to the God that sins within me is my new religion.